Hey guys, welcome to Ask Auntie Nella Live. I'm gonna wait for some people to tune in, but I want to chat with you guys a little bit before we go straight into our discussion tonight. I've been posting a lot on my page about going to subscribe on my website, YouTube channel. I'm doing that because I got a call from Shed G, and I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night at 7:30, and I want you guys to at least be on my channel, so that way subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that way you'll be connected. And that piece of it is an awesome thing for me to have come. I love being able to share my wisdom and to have another platform to be able to share my wisdom with you guys. I am happy about. So with that being said, go to my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe.
Hi, Danisha.
Ask Auntie Nella with a period behind it. So don't forget to subscribe. I do download my YouTube videos on there. I want you guys to share. I want you guys to invite some friends from your invite some of your followers to my Ask Auntie Nella page. I love to have, more followers. So if you could, share some of them or invite them to my Ask Auntie Nella page, I would be happy.
Hey, niche girl.
Hey, y'all. And then the other thing I want you guys to do is make sure you're sharing. Like my post. I see a lot of people look at it, but they don't like the post or share. Please take some time to like my post and share my post. That way I can get that information out to people. Because you never know. You truly never know who may get a blessing from my live. So I want to be able to touch people's hearts and people's souls I probably can't get to with just me. So I need you guys helping. I need you to rally around me and do some of that stuff for me. Hey guys, thanks for jumping on and tuning in, but get your questions ready, get your typing fingers all prepared to send me them questions, because tonight's topic is gonna be a good topic. And then tonight's topic is going to be, can I ruin my chances of a relationship if I have sex on the first date? So we're going to talk about that. We'll chat a little bit about that. I also have my shirts still available. I put that post on there as well. They're still $20, but if you're ordering them and you're out of state, just add $3 to it for shipping. I will ship anywhere. And the sizes go from medium to 2X. And both styles come in black and white shirts. So with that being said, I guess we can jump on into this topic if y'all ready for me to give you some of this wisdom. All right. So the topic tonight is, can I ruin my chances of having a relationship if I have sex on the first date? Now, I'm going to give you my opinion. You guys may think my opinion might be wrong. I personally think that by giving the goodies right away, you're killing your vibe to have a relationship, because you haven't given, or you haven't set yourself up for that man to have to challenge you or fight for you, or you guys to have a little struggle. If you just gonna give it up freely, then it's easy. It makes it easy for him. So then the problem that you run into is, he's now focused on one thing with you. I got on the first day, she my booty call. He's no longer focusing on you as a relationship or relationship material, because now you've labeled yourself as an easy target because you had sex on the first date. That may not be your intentions. I hear a lot of people who say, well, you know what? I'm grown. I done got to the point, I ain't got time to be waiting months and, 3 and 6 months down the line to have sex. I'm grown. I done done that. But in the same token, what image are you putting out there? So if you're putting an image out there that you are an easy target, then you're going to attract a man that's willing to take advantage of your easy target. If you're going to give it to a man is not going to turn it down. Or a woman, if you're going to give it, if a woman's going to give, if a man's going to give it to a woman on a first date, they're not going to turn it down. You just have to have a little bit more respect for yourself and say, you know what? I owe myself to at least know his first, middle, and last name before I give him some. At least know where he stay. At least know how many kids he got. At least know if he got a good relationship with his mama. At least know, he got a good relationship with his baby mamas if he got some kids. At least know what's his religion, what he what he want to achieve in life. You want to know some depth about this man before you giving up your goodies. Because if you give up your goodies, then there's no way for a conversation. Because now he's focused on one thing. He ain't willing to tell you, my mom died at 3 years old and my grandmother raised me. No, he's not willing to he's not willing to tell you that information because you're no longer a person of interest for him to be like, I'm going to have some longevity with her. Or I'm going to have some longevity with him. The reason why is because now you've given him the ultimate treatment or the ultimate gift that he was waiting for that he didn't have to wait for. You gave it to him. You gave it to him easy, hands down, no problems. Here you go. I'm going to serve you this basket and we're going to be good. But you're setting yourself up because what if it comes to a point where you like this person or you're feeling this person and then you decide to give him and then now you're stepping back and say, I don't understand why he called me maybe once or twice a week and when he called me he just won't come over at midnight. Because you've already put the label on your back. You've already put it there, and now all he's gonna do is run with it because now his thought process is, you gave it to me on the first time, you gave me them cookies on the first time, oh yeah, I'm just gonna label her as a booty call and that's the way I'm gonna get it. I can almost guarantee you in his phone or somewhere you're labeled as an easy target, and so you just don't want to put yourself out there.
We have Mia said, he'll never respect you. I'm just saying. Never. We have Tobag.
He will never respect you. Let me answer Mia real quick. He will never respect you for the simple fact is you didn't force him to respect you. You didn't allow him to gain access to respect you. So at that point, he's not going to respect you. And you're absolutely right. He will not respect you because you made it too easy for him.
We have Tobaz. Some women go into it with that intentions. We have Carmise because he got what he wanted. We got Niche.
Yep.
You will end up in what's called a situationship. Yes, girl.
Big situationship. Because one thing about us as women, and I'm just going to speak real quick on women. One thing when it comes to us about women, when it comes to sex, you throw the whole situation off because now your emotions is caught up in it. Let me tell you something. One thing I will say about a man can lay down with you tonight and tomorrow and see you and not say one word. We're not cut out that way. We may play that role. You hear women say this all the time. You know what? All I want is the D and I'm cool. No, that's not all you want. Because after a while, you continue getting that D, them emotions come involved in there. Then you giving him ultimatums. Look, I've been with you all this long time, and I've been riding and die with you. Now you need to figure out what you're going to do. But you set yourself up to be labeled that way. You set the quote-unquote relationship in your mind to be set up that way. Now you can't retract. So you always want to make sure you know exactly what you're doing. You need to make sure of that. You need to be clear. You at least need to have some time to have a conversation with them, to have him take you out to eat, to have him, figure out what about you. Have him, he should be asking questions about you. Like, what you like, what you dislike, what you want to do, where you want to go. If y'all just having a conversation of sex, you gonna fall deep for him and all he looking at is your booty call. Plain and simple. No ifs and buts about it. And you can't set yourself up to get mad about it because you've set yourself up to allow him to list you as a booty call. You can't. There's no way you can crumble the cookie. You can't think that I'm just going to give him something on the first date and man, this is going to be a long relationship. No, it's not. No, it's not. The key things that my mom would always tell me, leave something for the imagination. Never give it up on the first date, and learn how to have a conversation and at least leave that conversation of knowing his first, middle, and last name. At least knowing those details. And things about what he likes and what he dislikes, vice versa. You all should be able to know some little basic, simple things about each other. But you get in the bed with him and all you know is his first name or his nickname. You don't even know his whole name. You know his nickname. Oh, I met this dude. Well, what's his name? Oh, his name Noonie. Noonie ain't his real name because you didn't take the time to have a conversation with him or her to figure out who she was and figure out if that's somebody that you are attracted to, if there's some chemistry. Sex is not just not the only thing for chemistry. You need to have some other things going on.
We have a question. Can women hit it and quit it?
I'm going to tell you absolutely not. And the reason why I say it's kind of hard to say you're going to hit it and quit it is simply because when it comes to women, we are emotionally based creatures. And what I mean by that is when we're having intercourse, we're connecting with that person emotionally. You may think in your mind you win in a battle because you're like, you know what, I'm done with him, blah, blah. But I can almost guarantee you that thought process of him is coming across your mind at least once or twice that day. Or a week down the line being like, I need a conversation with him. I need to call him. A man can do it, but I don't care how you look at it. Women cannot do it because our hearts get involved. And once your heart get involved, that's a tough battle to deal with. Because he's on one wavelength of looking for one thing and you're on another one. And it's no way you're going to be able to cross those two paths and make those two paths work simply because you set the relationship up to fail before it can start.
We have Mia. No, because that puts you in your feelings. For real.
I mean, deep in your feelings. You go to thinking about that thunder that you done got. That's all you thinking about. And then you done fell in love. Because now what you done done is you done truly fell in love with the sex piece of it. You ain't falling in love with him. But because you enjoying the sex, you done fell in love with that sex piece of it. So now your mindset makes you think, oh, I'm in love with him. You know, so you're accepting some things that you normally wouldn't accept because your heart is allowing, because your heart is involved. And so you're going to accept some of those things. You're doing some of the things you wouldn't normally do because now your heart is involved in it. So that's why it's important to be very careful when it comes down to it. When it comes to your heart, you need to guard your heart like it's the biggest piece of diamond out there that you ain't going to give away to nobody. They're going to have to dig deep to get to that diamond. And so if you set yourself up to know going into it, I want to make sure I have some things in common with this person before I decide to move to the next step. So that's why I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dates, at least have 5 good dates and see where it goes. Because the first day, you know, it's a little fuzzy and you're a little excited because you're on a first date and he looking cute and you looking cute and both of y'all just shouting each other with compliments and, you know, all things are going just great. Never judge how a relationship will ever work on a first date. Because again, you don't truly know them. Take time to figure out who they are, where they're from, what they're accomplished, what they have to offer, vice versa. Take time to understand that because then you're setting a strong foundation to build a great relationship if it's meant to be. But if you involve sex in it, what you've done is you've built the house with no foundation. So that house can't stay standing simply because now you've given them sex, which is the house, and the foundation piece of it, there's nothing because you didn't take the time. You didn't take the time to build that foundation to make sure this is who you're dealing with. You have some women who go to and from and they sleeping with a man and then a month, 2 months down the line, he click out on them. Well, I couldn't understand why he did that to me. Well, you didn't take time to figure out because somewhere along the lines you would have saw some behavior. Somewhere along the lines you would have saw something that was wrong. That's why it's important in this day and age, take time to connect with a person. All this texting on the phone and all you want to do is text backwards and forward. Send me a picture. Let's do. Nah. Have an old-fashioned conversation. Go out to dinner. Have him take you out. Take turns. You take him out. Have that conversation. Is important because I promise you that conversation is going to allow you to build a foundation. Because at that point, when you're trying to build that foundation and you realize something is not right, you will shut it down right away. So you didn't waste your time. You didn't waste your energy of trying to build a foundation or building a foundation, and then you built a wishy-washy foundation and it crumbled and mushed right in front of you.
We have Raynell. Sex is a spiritual connection. She also wrote that. That's why you catch feelings.
Yep.
So I've asked her, how long should I wait?
I'm going to say, I can't say to a grown person how long you should wait. What I will say is, I'm going to say at least give you a 90-day challenge. Give yourself a 94-day challenge. And what I mean by that is at least take time to connect with him or her and find out, the meats and potatoes about their life. Let him find out the meats and potatoes about your life. And you grown, make your decision to do when you want to do it. But no, you want to make sure you're not giving him the carriage before the horse. You want to make sure that horse is carrying that carriage. So you don't want to make sure you're giving them the carriage and then the horse is behind. That means you have no chance of having a stable foundation that's going to last. So it's key to make sure you know exactly what you're doing. You're going to know if you're connecting with somebody. You're going to know if that person is somebody you truly want to be with. You're going to know. I can't tell you. I could share with you and give you some advice, but in the same token, at the end of the day, you're going to know. You're going to know. No ifs and buts about it. Your girlfriend can't come along and say, oh, girl, he the one. Don't listen to that mess. Figure your situation out for yourself and work on yourself. Because at the end of the day, you know what you want. You know what you don't want to deal with. It's your decision to make. Don't make a decision for your mama, your sister, your brothers, your girlfriend. Make a decision for you because you have to live in it. You have to walk in it, not them.
Raynell wrote, yes, great topic.
So the other thing I want to share too with you guys is this I struggle a lot with the new generation. The new generation tends to move too fast and too quick. I just want you guys to understand, if you take the time and just breathe, figure out who you are, what you want, what you're gonna deal with, and what you're not gonna deal with. This is the time while you're single. If you're single, this is the time for you to take time and figure out, what do Trinella really want? What is Trinella really looking for? What kind of man Trinella really wants? What's Trinella bottom line that Trinella's not going to take in a relationship? And the reason why I say that, because simply if you do that now, then you're not going to have that problem. You're not going to have the problem at all. You're going to know exactly what you want. You're going to know who you're looking for. You're going to know what you're going to deal with and what you're not going to deal with. If you go into any relationship blind and not knowing what you want, then baby, you setting yourself up to fall flat face first in the mud. Because that means you will take anything. Anything that comes your way, you will take. And so you don't ever want to set yourself up where you will take any and everything. I don't care who you are. Know who you are. Trust and value yourself to know that, you know what, I deserve better than what I'm giving. You have to know that, because if you don't value yourself, you can't expect Mr. Right, or you can't expect Mr. Wrong to treat you right if you don't value yourself. Or you can't expect Mrs. Right to treat you right if you can't value yourself. You have to value you and know that you owe yourself more than that. If you're potentially a woman that's out there looking to get married, it's key to make sure you're taking the time to have a conversation. Make sure you're taking the time to build your foundation and build your foundation strong. If you don't take that time to build your foundation and build your foundation strong, then by the time you think you're ready, your house is going to crumble right from under you. You're going to go to having problems of him going out. You're going to go to having problems of him cheating. You're going to go to having problems of him lying to you. You're going to have all these things of him doing that to you simply because you didn't take the time to figure out who he was in the beginning. Had you took that time, then there would have been some clues that you would have saw. But if you jump in a sack right away, then there's no way for you to see those things. There's no way for you to see those things. Work on your temple, get your temple together, and I promise you, if you do the work, nobody else can do the work for you. You have to do the work for yourself. If you do the work, then you will know that you've met Mr. Right. Invest in you to allow somebody else to invest in you. And then you can invest in them. If you don't invest in self, then nobody else will invest in you. You have to know that you're important. You have to know that you have a lot to offer. You have to know that somebody's willing to respect you. You have to know that somebody is willing to fight for you. But if you don't lay that down and let them know, hey, I'm the one that you want to be with. I'm Miss Right. If you don't lay that down and your actions is showing different, then you can't expect them to handle you no more than the way he's handling you as as an easy target. And you know what? I'm going to get it as long as I can get it. I'm going to hit it as long as I can hit it until it's done and over with. Until she finally realized, no, I don't want this no more. And at that point, guess who's hurting in the end? You are. You're hurting simply because you've now let this demon come into your life, steal your joy, steal your cookies, and you left empty. He done took all your cookies out the cookie jar, and that cookie empty with crumbs. And who left with trying to build themselves up? So that's why it's important to never, 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 ever, I'm going to say, have sex on the first date if you're looking for something bigger. If you're looking for something and you tell yourself, you know what, I just want this and I'm going to get it and I'm done with it. Go ahead and fool yourself. Go ahead and do just that. Fool yourself, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're fooling yourself. You're not fooling him, because at some point your emotions is going to get involved. So while he's hitting you, he's over here sitting having dinner with this other Miss Right, and she talking to him, having a conversation. He ain't worried about getting it from her, because you know what? You're satisfying him while he figure this situation out with the woman that he know he wants to be with. Maybe possibly his wife. He's setting his foundation up. But in the meantime, you're only being fulfilled empty. Your glass is half full. And so, because your glass is half full, you unfortunately have to suffer with the consequences, because that's how you delivered yourself.
Cardell wrote, crumbles.
Ton of them. They will sit there and you will be worried about, well, what am I going to do? Well, I don't even got a cookie to eat on to, feel my sorrows. No, you don't, because he ate all your cookies out the cookie jar and left you with crumbles. Left you tired, exhausted, and all you got was one night of something that you may call as joy, but in the long run, it's not. So you just want to make sure you take time to invest in you. Invest in you. Remember, invest in you. Because when you invest in you, baby, your stocks will go high, and he will see that. And I'm not talking materialistic stuff. I'm talking about your stocks will go so high, you putting out that sense, you know what? I've worked on me. I'm ready for you. And before you know it, your husband's standing right next to you. And you're like, dang, I can't believe, I did all this and here he goes. All you have to do is be patient. This new society thinks everything needs to happen like that. I need to have me a man because he's pressuring me and he wants me to have sex. I'm just going to do it. That's how I'm going to get him. I can almost guarantee every person who has sex on the first date, is rare that you've had a relationship.
Know that.
That's rare that a relationship came out of it. Simply because he pressured you because he knew you was an easy target. He knew you was an easy target. He knew that he can get what he want out you. Never let a man tell you, well, you know what, we can't move forward because you ain't giving me nothing. Oh, well, you can go home and use that 5 fingers and a thumb, but you ain't getting nothing from me. You have to be honest. If he don't get it from you, he may value enough to say, you know what, I respect her enough. He go home, he maybe get it from somebody else. That's different. But if you stand your ground and stand your ground firm, you will find that it's as easy as not giving it up. If you stand your ground firm, if he respects you enough, he's going to know. But if you're putting out that scent, you're coming to dinner, you got a super low-cut shirt, all your boobs out, you got a, dress on, well, skin tight, and, you seeing everything that shouldn't see. You can see thongs and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. He's already sized you up as somebody that he gonna bang and let go. No different than he's seeing you on the corner. It's just to the point that you and him are having a conversation. He bought you a Happy Meal or two. And then now he gonna go home and get him something, because you can almost guarantee he'll take you to the cheapest restaurants, because you've presented yourself that way. You don't present yourself that I'm a diamond and I deserve more. So you always want to make sure when you present yourself presentable, so you will know and they will know. You know what? You ain't about to get these goodies and leave me crumbs. I'm sorry. You ain't about to get these cookies and leave me crumbs. Know your worth.
Raynell wrote, real talk, wake up, people. Cardell wrote, teach, preach.
You just have to know your worth. If you don't, let me tell you something. If you don't know your worth, I can't stand next to you and know your worth. You have to know your worth and know that you're worth it. Know that you're worth more than a one-night stand. Know that you're worth more than just somebody just bringing you out so they can get whatever they can get out you. It's okay to have on a nice little cute dress. Leave something for the imagination. Because once you do some of the things that you're doing, the problem that you're running into is he's no longer focusing on trying to figure out who you are. He's no longer focusing on trying to, figure out, what's your life goals, what's your struggle, what was your past relationship. He's only focused on that skin tight dress and them thong marks that he see and them boobs that's out. That's all he's focusing on. That's all. And once he pressure you hard enough, he already knows it's going to come to the point where you're going to be like, hey, okay, I'm grown. I'm going to do this. It shouldn't hurt nothing. It will always hurt something. It will always hurt your chances to setting up a relationship. Your mind is you're giving it to him and he's calling you back and, oh yeah, we got a relationship set up. He's still calling me. No, he calling you for them goodies you're giving him. He calling you for the goodies you're giving him. The easy goodies. He didn't even have to do much for them goodies. You gave it to him. So know your worth and know that you're important. Know that you deserve better. When somebody tells you something or somebody does something to you and you feel like something is wrong with that, trust your instincts and follow your instincts. Because one thing about your instincts is your instincts will give you some insight on something. The problem for us as women is we will override our instincts because our emotions are caught up in it. Or because, oh, he's handsome. Or because he got money. Every man that's handsome and every man that got money ain't good for you. You just have to know what you're willing to take and what you're not willing to take. And I repeat, know your worth. If you don't know your worth, nobody else will know your worth. Don't sell yourself cheap for a one-night stand because that's all it's going to be. It's going to be a one-night stand that come visit you multiple times with another one-night stand on top of another one-night stand. So before you know it, you're thinking, oh, you know what? He feeling me. He calling me. We doing our do. We doing all this. Girl, he just giving you a one-night stand on top of one-night stand. He ain't looking for nothing else. He ain't looking for a relationship. He ain't looking to label you as his girlfriend. He ain't looking for none of that. He looking for that one night stand he got the first time that he gonna continue to get another one night stand until he figure out he's found somebody else and he gonna drop you and then focus on them. Don't set yourself up to be a one night stander for somebody else's pleasure. Because you may be enjoying it in that moment. You may be enjoying it thinking, you know what, he doing it to me good. He giving it to me good. Baby, that good gonna cause you to feel bad in the end. So it's important to know what you're dealing with. It's important to trust your instinct. It's important to know who you are. And it's important to know your worth. If you're putting out a funky scent, I'm going to always say this. If you're putting out a funky scent, you're going to attract some funky scent. And so by attracting some funky scent, you set yourself up for misery. So
all right, we have a comment from Cardell. Y'all better accept this free game because this lady here is about to blow up. This free game may cost y'all next year.
I will say this. I said, and I was talking to, I went to my Beyond the Standards. Woo woo! Beyond the Standards was awesome. But I went to Beyond the Standards and the question was asked, what did you think? How'd you do? Blah, blah, blah. And here was my response. And this was my nephew, LS. He said to me, you know what? This is a great platform and I see you doing great things. And my response to him was, I'll wait for my season. And I say this to you guys. I will wait for my season. I will humbly sit here and wait for my season. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I will always give you wisdom. I will always guide you in the right direction. But you have to know, everything you ask me, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Every answer you're asking for may not be the answer you're expecting from me. What I will tell you is I'm going to spit you some game so you don't get played in the process. So continue to like my videos. Continue to share my videos. Go to your followers. Invite some of your followers to my Ask Auntie Nella page. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. I will put more information on my page tomorrow. If my podcast goes on with Shad G Minnesota. If that goes on, I'll put some information on there so you guys can tune in and ask questions. That form will be set up for relationship questions. So I'll be answering relationship questions as people, ask those relationship questions. So I want you guys to, tune in when I give you some information. Tune into that. And then don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. I have to say it again. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. Another thing I'm going to say is, our After Dark is going to be about, we're going to talk about what's the difference between sex and intimacy. A lot of people get a little confused between sex and intimacy. And so I want to touch bases because I do get a lot of people asking. They think, sex and intimacy is two of the same. It's not. It's a little bit different. So we just want to have that discussion. I hope that you guys join me back and ask Auntie Nella next week. Also, come back and let's chat about intimacy versus sex in After Dark so we can get with it. That's my topic. After Dark is my stuff. So come with your questions. Don't be shy. Tell somebody Auntie Nella on After Dark and we ready to talk this stuff. So I'm going to log off here just a second, get my live set up for After Dark, and we're going to go ahead. Thank you guys. Have a good night.